Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another sports presentation here on TCR Troy Community Radio and the new 107.1 WTJN. We took a little trip up I-75. We're in the confines of Sidney High School and Sidney Auditorium here for the Troy Trojans taking on the Sidney Yellowjackets. I'm Dave Fisher, Sports Director for TCR Troy Community Radio, and my good friend, like I always say, Doug Page. Doug, welcome.
Thank you.
We're going to ought to have a pretty good ball game here this evening with the Troy Trojans and the Sidney Yellowjackets.
Well, it's going to be fun. It always is up here. I will say the drive was a little damp on the way up, but it washed all the hackberries off the car, so.
It was a little moist.
Yeah, a little moist out there. That was good. Cough into the mic.
Right.
Would you like me to tell you a little bit about the Yellowjackets?
Yes, please. Please do that.
Yeah, well, they're yellow and they wear jackets.
That's right.
Okay. The Yellowjackets come in tonight's ball game at 8-4 overall and 1-2 in the GWalk North. And that's the I-75. We're going to beat up on each other division.
Right.
That puts them in third place, tied with Piqua and Troy with identical 1-2 records. Sidney lost by 4 to Piqua in December, and then last week they lost by 9 to the always tough Trotwood Madison Rams. You go into the wood, you're going to be taken to the woodshed.
That's right.
Yellowjackets offense runs through their guards. You've got their senior, Cameron Gallimore, and freshman, you know him, Andre Gordon. Tell me a little bit about football, Gordon.
I tell you what, Andre Gordon is an incredible athlete as a freshman. We watched him up here take on the Trojans, and just to be honest with the folks out there, Troy had nobody that could keep up with him. This kid can run just as fast straight up and down, north and south, as he can east and west. And when he makes a cut, he makes cuts on right angles. And from what I've been told from my friends down at Vandalia Butler, he is just as incredible on the basketball floor.
Well, we'll see. Now, the 5'9" Gallimore, that's the senior, is averaging just over 14 points. While a 6-foot, do we call him Flash now? Or is that too dated?
That's too dated.
That's too dated. Okay. The 6-foot Gordon is hitting at a 12-point-a-game clip. Now, Gallimore is your long-distance gunner. He's knocking down threes at, hold on to your seat there, young man, a 47% clip. That would be 26 of 55.
That is a very good percentage from the three-point line.
Now, not only can Gordon score, but he leads the team with 60 assists, which is pretty good ball handling. There's also Lorenzo Taborn. Now, he's a 6'4" senior, and he's also scoring 12 a game. He's hitting nearly 57% from the floor. Now, Taborn is Sidney's tallest player and leads the team in 7 to 8 boards a game. Sidney only has one other player over 6'1". So they rely a lot on box outs on the defense and on the offense in an attempt to get those second chance shots. Defensively, the Yellowjackets, which are much smaller than Troy, might have some trouble with those Trojan big men. 6'4", Austin Persinger. 6'8", Micah Litton. 6'6", Austin Funderburg, and 6'3", Zach Reichendorfer.
Yes.
But that freshman, Andre Gordon, has some nifty defensive moves on his own. He's got, coming into this game, he's got 38 steals. Now, it could be an interesting matchup between that freshman and Troy's leading scorer, senior guard Romello Yakub. Yakub is knocking down 16 a game and is a darn good ball handler. It's going to be kind of interesting, that freshman on the senior, if that's the way it works out defensively.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see if the senior takes him to school or whether the freshman shows him some moves he hasn't seen before.
I kind of look for Troy to do what they've done in some of the other games where they've had some really big scores. I kind of look for them to probably more than likely switch on and off on Andre Gordon. I don't think they're going to put just one person on him, and I really look for Busio,
Yep.
Trey Busio, to probably come off the bench and go head-to-head with Gordon also, because Trey Busio is a very good defensive ball player for the Troy Trojans.
Have you seen how many rebounds Busio has?
You know, I was looking at those. I didn't quite catch that one because I wasn't thinking of him as a rebounder, but now that you're saying it, you're
you
right.
don't think of him as a rebounder, but he's got almost 40 rebounds.
You know,
31 of them on defense.
And watching this club play, he has very good fundamentals inside. He does know how to box out, and that is a big plus, especially in high school basketball when you're a smaller kid going up against some of the bigger boys.
He's the kind of kid that you can give him a shovel and tell him to dig a ditch. It'll be long, deep, and straight.
Right. So when you look at this matchup here this evening. And the Troy Trojans and the Sidney Yellowjackets. I mean, it's really two different clubs that we're going to be watching play here tonight. The Sidney Yellowjackets, not a big club by any means. They don't have a lot of height, but they've got a lot of athletes out there on the basketball floor. On the other side of the coin, you got the Troy Trojans with their big man, like you talked about, Austin Persinger, Micah Litton, and you can't forget about Austin Funderburg. I mean, those three big men in the middle can possibly, if Troy plays a slow-down game, can possibly give the City Yellowjackets some trouble. But if they get in a horse race here this evening, all bets are off.
Well, they can't sit back in the zone because they've got a sharpshooter on the outside.
Yes.
Gallimore can fill the basket with threes if he's on tonight.
And that's just it. You're going to have to get a hand in their face. You're going to have to play some tough defense. And, Troy's going to have to come out and play a great ball game. Last week, Troy they had a pretty good week.
Yep.
They beat West Carrollton, which they should have beaten West Carrollton. They come back, and then, Butler gave them a little bit of a tough ball game. And they ended up getting out of that game with a 3-point victory. And then they came along and a very good Tecumseh school. They had a bad second quarter, and they weren't able to dig out from underneath that. So, the Trojans had a fairly decent week last week.
Well, 2-1, you can take that to the bank any week.
Any week at all. So when you start looking at what the way Troy has been playing, they've got some victories underneath their belt. And like I said in the promo this week, if you caught it, this is the halfway point of the basketball season. And at this point, from here on in, any school out there playing is looking towards tournament time.
Well, they're going to roll the ball out on the court and see who plays.
That's absolutely right. So, so as we look at the way things are going here, Troy, with a new coach and a new system, they've actually played pretty well. We've seen some pretty good ball games out of this club, and they've also taken it on the chin a couple times this year that we've covered. So, we're really not sure which Troy basketball team will show up tonight, but this team, the Trojans, can definitely play with the Yellowjackets. There's no doubt about it.
Okay, you heard it here first.
Yeah, so with that being said, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with more of the pregame report and the coaches report right after these messages here on TCR Sports.
Hi, I'm Tracy Bodey. If you're looking to experience quality service at a fair price, come see us at Bodey's Automotive. We're located right down the block from Walgreens at 407 Peters Avenue, or you can reach us at 937-703-1614, or like us on Facebook at Bodey's Automotive.
Welcome back to Sidney High School. We're here with the Coaches Report with Coach Paul Brennigan. Coach, had a pretty decent week last week. Got a couple of victories under your belt, but unfortunately had a little hiccup against Tecumseh. But all in all, it looked like the boys were playing pretty well.
We just got to do a good job of sharing the ball tonight and be patient on offense and make sure we know where their scores are.
Yeah, Andrew Gordon, the freshman, we watched him play football, an incredible athlete. How are you going to handle him tonight?
We're just going to guard him with some help, and I think we can. Get the job done.
Well, we're halfway through the season now, and any surprises coming out of some of you guys you got playing? It looks like your big men are starting to pick up the pace a little bit, but from overall, anything that you're really looking to see that's a big improvement.
I think our younger kids are playing better, and we just if we get our posts the ball, well, they can do something with it, but sometimes we don't want to give them the ball. So So we're going to work on that tonight, and hopefully we will.
Good deal. You know, and the other thing is, you know, Funderburg looks like, you know, he's kind of gotten a little more comfortable with your program than what we've seen him play early on.
He does the things he needs to do. He takes up some space, and we get him some rebounds. We need for him to rebound and defend without fouling. And you know, he's got good touch outside 12, 15 feet.
Well, you know, good luck tonight. It's going to be a tough battle here against the Sidney Yellowjackets. And again, Coach, good luck, and hopefully we'll get out here with a victory.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you. Coach Paul Brennigan here with Sidney High School. We'll be back with for the pregame report right after these messages here on TCR Sports.
Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy. 339-2687 or TroyFord.com. At Jim Taylor Troy Ford, you'll not only find low prices on great vehicles, but an award-winning service department as well. Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy.
Welcome back to Sidney High School, where the Troy Trojans getting ready to take on the Sidney Yellowjackets. I'm Dave Fisher, and Doug Page is down getting the starting lineups for tonight. Ball game. We'll be bringing them to you here shortly. But before we talk any more about the ball game, there's a lot of basketball going on around the county, and it's like I said, it's halfway point of the basketball season, and all these clubs are looking to get some big victories underneath their belts halfway through the season, and like I said, everybody's looking towards the tournament time. So around the county here tonight, a lot of basketball going on. Bethel's at Miami East. We saw that Miami East club last week, and I will tell you that is one good basketball team in Miami County. Those Miami East Vikings, I'm looking for them to go fairly deep into the playoffs. Also, Bradford's at Franklin Monroe. Covington will be at Houston tomorrow night. Covington is idle this evening. Newton's at Twin Valley South. West Milton is on the road down to Waynesville, taking on the Waynesville Spartans. Tip City's at Kenton Ridge. They're taking on the Cougars. Pickwa's at Vandalia Butler, and the Troy Christian Eagles is at Emmanuel Christian Academy over in Springfield, Ohio. So that's what's going on around the area here. And Doug, you know, we need to let folks know we're in the crow's nest here at Sidney High School, and anybody's been up here in their basketball arena knows that we've got a very good vantage point.
We look down on the American flag.
We pretty much, you know, we're right eyeball with Old Glory, and you know, so you know, it's going to be a great place to broadcast a ball game, and you know, at this point we ought to accept
for the latter.
For the latter, yes.
That's why I'm out of breath.
But you know, it's you know, again, looking at this ball club and this ball game tonight. You know, if Troy plays a very controlled, tempoed basketball game here this evening, and like I said earlier, you don't want to get into a horse race with these guys. Troy could play if they play extremely well, do what they need to do. Like Coach said, they're just going to have to get some help.
Doubling down on Gordon's going to help.
Yes.
Except there are two Gordons out there.
Yes.
There's Andre and there's Alec.
Yes.
So you're gonna have your mouth full tonight.
I am going to have my yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult to keep up with those two guys, especially if they start to get out and run with the basketball here this evening. So you know, like, again, it's one of these. We're at the point of the season where things are starting to shake out, and you know, like I just mentioned, halfway point. Tournament time, everybody's starting to think about it, and you know, trying to get some folks healthy. You know, one thing I do want to mention, you know, the Troy Christian Eagles are on the road over in Springfield Emmanuel Christian Academy. I spoke to Coach Zawalski this week. James Anderson with his knee, everything came out okay from the doctors. A little bit sore. He is going to go start. He's going to play this evening. But like Coach Zawalski said, you know, if it's starting to bother him too much, they will shut him down. So all good for James Anderson, the big man over at Troy Christian High School, which is always a good report to get. So I thought, you know, I know we talked about it last week at Miami East because he did not dress. was sitting on the bench. He got hurt the night before in the ball game the night before that. So anyways, good things go for James Anderson over at Troy Christian High School.
If we can get back to the halfway through the season.
Yes.
And it's not a sprint, it's a marathon,
Yes,
and it's
it
a
is.
roller coaster. And right now, you're probably at your lowest point.
Yes.
For a lot of teams, you're at your lowest point as far as energy and enthusiasm. You've been in the gym since the end of October, early November. Sometimes things haven't gone your way. Winning cures a lot.
Yes, it does.
But, oh, cliche, but sometimes this is the time of year where good teams start to come together. All you have to do is be hot at the end of the year. And Troy has the horses to be hot.
Yes.
They're going to have to tighten up a lot of things, and as the coach said, you're going to have to start feeding those big guys in the middle. So we'll see how it turns out. Tonight will be a good test.
It will be a great test for the Troy Trojans. And again, these Sidney Yellowjackets, they're in the same position. They're looking to move things forward. And, you know, one thing you did mention, you know, this is a kind of a low point in a basketball season for a lot of teams because you got some nicks and bruises and cuts. And you're nursing and you're a little bit tired and you're way late in it, like you said. And, you know, good coaches at this particular point knows just how far to push his team, push his kids, and get the most out of them. Because, like you said, you know, tournament time, things are starting to warm up outside and everybody gets another spring in their steps, and away they go.
Don't curse us like that. Don't put the curse on us. It's supposed to.
My bad, folks. If it turns really ugly at the end of February, you can blame it on me.
Hey, we sit on the Riviera Beach of the upper Midwest.
Okay.
I expect to be playing out on Miami shores about the middle of March. So
okay.
If I'm not, it's your fault.
It's all my fault. So with that being said, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with the starting lineups right after these messages here on TCR Sports.
Hi, I'm Tracy Bodey. If you're looking to experience quality service at a fair price, come see us at Bodey's Automotive. We're located right down the block from Walgreens at 407 Peters Avenue, or you can reach us at 937-703-1614, or like us on Facebook at Bodey's Automotive.
Welcome back to Sidney High School for tonight's ball game. The Troy Trojans taking on the Sidney Yellowjackets. Dave Fisher, Doug Page here with the call for you this evening. And for the starting lineup for the Sidney Yellowjackets, Doug Page.
Starting at guard, a 6-foot senior, Daryl McNeil. Starting at guard, a 5'10" senior, Cameron Gallimore. Starting at guard, a freshman, 6-foot, Andre Gordon. Starting at forward, a 6'2" junior, Alex Gordon. And starting at forward, a 6'1" sophomore, Devin Rogers.
That's the starting lineup for the Sidney Yellowjackets. And now for your own Troy Trojans. Starting at guard, a 5'7" senior, number 2, Romello Yakub. At another guard, a 6-foot junior wearing number 10, Ryan McClurg. At the other guard, a 6'1" junior wearing number 14, Keenan Kennel. And in a forward, a 6'4" senior wearing number 15, Austin Persinger. And in the middle, the big man coming in tonight's ball game, 6'8" senior center wearing number 40, Micah Litton. That's the starting lineups for the Troy Trojans. And we're just a few seconds away, and we're going to get this thing tipped off here, ladies and gentlemen. The officials are out on the court.
And it is a full house.
Full house. Like I said, we've got a very good view. We're looking over to the visitors section. And there, it's full. Lean over the edge here, and it's full. We've got a full house up here in Sidney High School, and it's going to be a great ball game. So sit back, enjoy, and here we go.
The dulcet tones of Troy Trojan basketball.
Absolutely. So again, you got Yakub, McClurg, Kennel, Persinger, and Litton. McNeil, Gilmore, Gordon, Rogers. Sounds like an attorney firm right there. Litton going up, and it's controlled by the Yellowjackets. Number 4, Cameron Gilmore with the basketball, gets it over to number 20, Andre Gordon. Gordon kicks it back to McNeil. And gets it at the top of the key, looking to dribble. Nothing going on. Troy kind of playing the zone. Ball tipped away from McNeil. McNeil kicks it down in the corner to Gordon. Gordon drives the baseline around the corner, no good. Big man gets it out, and there's going to be a foul against the Trojans. Not sure who's going to get the call. Looks like number 40, Micah Litton, gets his first foul. That's going to send number 22, Devin Rogers, to the line, shooting 2.
Rogers at 6'1" is a wide body.
He is a big kid. Takes about 3 or 4 dribbles, spins the basketball, releases. The first one's way off the side of the rim and no good. If you're just tuning in, we just tipped it off. 7:30 left to go in the first quarter. Still a nothing ball game. Troy's already got a foul. Rogers at the line, shooting 2, missed the first one. Getting ready to release the second shot. It's away, in and out, a rebound, Persinger. Yakub with the basketball. Troy's first shot at the bucket here tonight. All the way across the left side of McClurg. Back up to Kennel. Kennel for 3 from the top. No good. Rebound Rogers. And here comes Sidney. Gordon on the dribble. On the right side. He's still on the dribble. Gets it around to the top of the key. Over to Rogers. Back to Gordon. Gordon stops at the foul line. No good. Rebound Persinger. Yakub on the right side. He's going right at him. Kicks it back. Gets called for carrying the basketball. Kind of put it on his hip there, Doug, and the official said, "Nah, you're not allowed to do that, young man." Sidney's ball. Andre Gordon dribbling the ball up. He is that freshman that is just incredible. Let's see what he does here this evening. He's being guarded by Yakub. Top of the key for 3, no good. Rebound, Micah Litton for Troy. Gets it to Yakub. So far, nobody's been able to put a point on the board. McClurg way downtown for 3, no good. Ball's batted around, Litton with the rebound. Gets it back to McClurg. McClurg just throws it up at the basket, no good. Rebound Rogers. Here comes Gordon. Andre Gordon with the basketball, wearing number 20. Back to Rogers. Gordon on the right wing. Kicks it in to number 21, Alec Gordon, his brother. Inside, good steal by McClurg. Good hands by that young man on the inside, and gives it up to Yakub. Yakub bringing it up the floor. Kicks it over to Kennel. The 2 big men are working inside, Litton and Rogers. Nice round the back by Persinger. Persinger on the left side, no good. Rebound, Sidney. Neither team has been able to really get anything going yet. Gordon gets it blocked, rebound, goes right back, follows his shot up, ball's loose, and Troy comes up with it. Coop on the drive, on the dribble. Stops at the foul line. It's up, no good, bounces around. Kennel bangs it around, but Sidney comes up with the basketball. They're on the run, the Yellowjackets. Wasn't able to get it to hold on to it. Gets it all the way out to number
McNeil.
McNeil. McNeil's on the dribble. He gets it back to Gallimore, I should say. Back to McNeil. Thought about taking a 3 on the left side, but didn't do it. McNeil still on the go. Goes right to the basket. Gets tipped by Litton, and Litton goes up and gets it again, and he gets called for the foul. And that's going to be, no, it was Kennel's foul. Looked like Litton was going to get that, but the official said no, Kennel was the one that had it. It's going to put Rogers back to the line, shooting 2. I'd like to thank some of our underwriters that make it all happen here on TCR Sports. Orting's Party Time, Dave Services, Troy Meat Shop, Mosley Stove Shop and Chimney Sweep, Tim Purdy Remax Professionals. Thank you very much. Not you folks, we wouldn't be bringing you this live sports presentation here on TCR Sports. Roger missed the first one. He's going back to, he's 0 for 3 so far this evening, been on the line twice. Releases the second one, finally gets it to go, and the first points are on the board at the 5:17 mark of the first quarter. So it's a 1-0 ball game.
Rogers sits down, and number 5, Taborn, comes in.
Well, Taborn's in. Coob with the basketball, gets it across the timeline. He is being guarded by McNeil. Persinger on the left side, thought about shooting a three, did not. Coob at the top of the key. You know, there was a double dribble there that they didn't catch. Kennel started to go right side. He gets it tipped away. Then goes in, tries to come back, and he gets called with a backcourt foul. That's going to be Micah Litton's second foul here of the evening.
That time he did foul.
That time he did foul. So 4:57 left to go in the first quarter. It's a 1-0 ball game. Sidney's on top.
Buscio comes in for Kennel. And Litton sits down, and Funderburg is in.
So they they just exchanged big men and another guard. So Buscio is guarding McNeil. Gordon all the way across over to McNeil. He's McNeil on the right wing, gets it to Gordon. Then gets it to his brother Gordon. Alec Gordon going to the baseline, up and in. Just a nice move by the young man. It's going to be a 3-0 ball game now. Buscio with the basketball, back to Coob. Romello trying to get it. He got that stolen by Gordon. Going back to McNeil, going to dunk, and he got it down. He said, hello, iron. Just a bad pass by the Trojans on that, and then now it's a 5-0 ball game. Sydney.
That got the crowd up on its feet.
Definitely got them going. Gets it all the way across to Buscio. Buscio gets it inside to Persinger. Persinger looking to drive. Gets it inside to Funderburg. Funderburg going right to the basket and in. Good move.
Nicely done.
Nice move by the big man. Was able to get Taborn on his hip, and he used his body and go right by him. But here comes the Yellowjackets. McNeil going right to the basket again. Up and in. Troy's now trailing 7-2 with 3:41 to go in the first quarter. All the way across to McClurg. To Buscio at the top of the key. Buscio started to drive to the left. McCoub for three. No good. Rebound Gordon. Andre Gordon with the basketball. He just brought it himself. He's going right to the basket. Gets it over to McNeil and in. And that's all that Coach Brennigan wanted to see. He said, I need a timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout on the floor. And we're going to take one, too. And we'll be right back with more high school basketball action here on TCR Sports.
Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy. 339-2687 or TroyFord.com. At Jim Taylor Troy Ford, you'll not only find low prices on great vehicles, but an award-winning service department as well. Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy.
Welcome back to Sidney High School. The Sidney Yellowjackets are taking on our Troy Trojans. And Doug?
Well, we had Mr. McNeil with 6 consecutive points within the space of 1:15, including a jam that brought the fans to their feet, and 2 on transition. They're going to have to somehow stop that.
Troy with the basketball after the timeout. Funderburg gets it over to Coop for three. Coop for three, lounge down and got it. That's what Troy needed to cut this lead to within 4 at 3:09 mark of the first quarter.
That's one way to slow it down.
Andre Gordon to McNeil, back to Alec Gordon inside. He gets it into Tabor. Tabor was just a big man, no good. Gets it off and a jump shot was no good by Sidney. I couldn't tell who that was.
Gallimore.
That was Gallimore on the far side. Troy has the basketball, gets it on the baseline. Kicks it back to a Coob on the right wing. Funderburg at the top of the key, looking to drive, going right to the basket. Couldn't get it. Stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Lost it going up.
That could have helped.
Good thing he let go of it, or that would have been a traveling call, but he ended up stepping on the inbound line anyways. But smart move by Austin Persinger to go ahead and put it up against the backboard and go get his own rebound. That's the way to stack your stats.
Yeah, okay. Well, Rogers is back in, and Alec Gordon has gone out for the Yellowjackets.
So we got Andre Gordon on the dribble, gets it across the timeline. He's being double teamed. He stops on the right wing for a shot, no good. Kennel with the rebound. Kicks it up to Coob. Coob coming up the right side. He's going to dribble towards the left, throws up towards the basket, no good. Big rebound by Tabor. And here comes the Yellowjackets. Gordon with the basketball. Picked up his dribble, kicks it up to the top of the key. Going to drive all the way off in the corner. He gets called for traveling. Took a stutter step, Isaiah Bowser, and the official was standing right there. He jumped, slid his foot sideways, and it's called for the traveling violation. So back to Troy. 1:58 left to go in the first quarter. It's a 9-5 ball game. Troy trails by 4. Coop with the basketball. It's over to Kimmel on the far right wing. At the top of the key to Persinger. Persinger to McClure. Back to Kimmel at the top. Inside to Funderburg. Big move, but the big man couldn't get it. But he followed his own shot, and the ball's batted around, and it comes out Sidney's basketball. And looks like Funderburg got hit right in the nose. Might have got it in the eye. I think he got a finger in the eye. So he's stop of play, so Austin Funderburg will have to come out. We'll see who coach puts in. So Coach Brennigan's taking a look at Austin Funderburg. He's definitely pulled his jersey up close to his eye, and he's definitely. Those are ones when once that eye starts to water like that, it takes a while for you to be able to see again. So Buscio's going to come in for the Trojans. No, they lost some size, and they brought Buscio in. But even though they might have lost some size,
they got some defense.
Yes, Trey Buscio can definitely play defense, and as said in the pregame show, he knows how to box out. Very fundamentally sound. Andre Gordon with the basketball. He stops and kicks it over to McNeil for a long three. Way down.
Gallimore for 3.
That was Gallimore for 3. And that's a 12-5 lead now for the Sidney Yellowjackets. Coop walks it across the timeline, being guarded by Alec Gordon. Over to Kimmel on the right wing. Kimmel going to drive, loses a handle. Gets it over. Gallimore's all by himself, going right to the basket for 2 with an easy layup. Another Troy turnover cost him 2 points. Coop. He's again being guarded by Alec Gordon. Coop still on the dribble at the top of the key, gets it to Kimmel. Kimmel's way outside the 3-point line. Gets it to Buscio on the right wing. Buscio on the dribble just backs it out, being guarded by Rogers. Buscio looking to take him to the basket. Kicks it to Persinger. Persinger looking to dribble. McClure gets it inside to Coop, and Coop says, I don't want it there. And
Buscio for 3. Downtown.
No good. Rebound Troy. Coop tried to throw one over his back and couldn't get it to go. Rebound, and ball's kicked around at the half-court line and picked up by Troy. Buscio on the left wing. Persinger on the left side looking to try to dribble against Tabor.
Tabor knows how to use his body.
He does. Got good footwork, too. Persinger wasn't able to get around him, but still Troy ball on there underneath their basket. Coop on the left side looking to go baseline. Nothing doing.
Less than 6 seconds.
And a lot of help from the Sidney Yellowjackets. Coop stops and pops right at the 1 second mark and got it to go. So So at the end of the first quarter, it's the Troy Trojans 7, the Sidney Yellowjackets 14. And we'll be back after these messages here on TCR Sports.
Hi, I'm Tracy Bodey. If you're looking to experience quality service at a fair price, come see us at Bodey's Automotive. We're located right down the block from Walgreens at 407 Peters Avenue, or you can reach us at 937-703-1614, or like us on Facebook at Bodey's Automotive.
Welcome back to Sidney High School, where the Troy Trojans is taking on the Sidney Yellowjackets. And at the end of the first first quarter, it's Yellowjackets 14, our Trojans 7. And
Andre Gordon is just 1 of 4, but he's got at least that many assists.
Right.
4.
Right.
He's on the transition. He's fed McClure 3 times for that 6-0 run in 1:16.
And Troy with the basketball start the second quarter, and McClure just threw it right into Andre Gordon's hands, and Andre just takes it and brings it right up the basketball floor. He's still on the dribble, looking to go right, goes right to the basket, over top of Buscio, but no good, couldn't get it to go. Strong move by the young man, but didn't get it to go. And Akub with the basketball spun away from McNeil and gets it all the way out to Buscio. Buscio on the left side to Kennel. Kennel back out the top to key to Akub. Back to Buscio on the left elbow. No good. Micah Litton in there for the Trojans. Come back out. Ferg with at the left elbow, in and out. Good follow by Kennel. Kennel still with the basketball. No good. Batted around. Going to go off of Micah Litton. Out of bounds. Going to go Sidney's basketball. Trojans had a bunch of opportunities there, Doug.
3 shots, 3 misses. 2 of them down low, but there were lots of arms there.
Andre Gordon just dribbling it slowly up the floor, bringing it up to kind of the left side, taking the top of the key. It's all the way to McNeil for a long 3, no good off the basket. Tabor for Sidney gets it back to Gordon. Tabor again with the big rebound. Back to Andre Gordon at the top of the key for 3, no good. Good rebound by, there's your man, Trey Buscio. Good positioning by the young man. Koob stops for 3, it gets tipped. And it's rebound, Yellowjackets. Andre Gordon gets it across. Now Sidney is just somewhat slowing it down. Gets it all the way across to Gallimore. Back to McNeil. Back to Gordon on the left side. Going on the drive to the right. Going right to the basket. He's going to be fouled. We will see who the foul's going to be. But it's going to send Gordon to the line shooting 2. Number 30. Litton, that's his 3rd already here in the ball game early on the 6:17 mark of the 2nd quarter. So Andre Gordon's going to go to the line shooting 2. First one's away, and he gets it to go. Like I think some more of our sponsors that make it all happen here on TCR Sports. HTM Credit Union, Caliber Home Loans, Stanley Steamer, International College of Broadcasting, Heath Murray State Farm Insurance, Sound City Music, and Excellence in Dentistry. Thank you very much, folks. The second one's away, and he got that one to go, too. So it's a 16-7 lead by these Yellowjackets. The 6:14 mark of the 2nd quarter. Now in the ball game is Stafford for the Trojans, and Kennel takes a shot, no good, and rebound Yellowjackets. Here comes Gordon. Over to his brother, Alec Gordon, no good. Rebound, Austin Persinger. Gets it all the way up to the right side to Kennel. Kennel gets the ball stripped away by McClurg, and then Troy's got the ball, and there's a foul by number 21.
Alec Gordon.
Alec Gordon with the foul. That's the first team foul for Sidney, and Alec Gordon is going out. And it looks like number 22, Rogers, is coming back in. No, Troy with the basketball. Kennel has it at the top of the key. Kennel on the dribble, gets over to McClurg. McClurg goes driving right, gets it inside to Funderburg. Funderburg kicks it right back out to Persinger, back to McClurg for 3. A long 3, no good off the front of the rim. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to go to Sidney, to the Sidney Yellowjackets.
Troy is just cold.
They haven't been able to hit here this evening. They've had plenty of good looks at the basket, but just have not been able to get it to go. So with the basketball is Cameron Gallimore. Gets it across the timeline, dribbles it up the floor, gets it across over to Alec Gordon. Back to Gallimore in the corner. Gallimore gets it tipped away by McClure, but gets the ball right back. Back to Gordon. On the dribble. Tabor for a shot. Gets it to go. 15-footer, just spotted up and knocked it down. So it's an 18-7 lead now for the Sidney Yellowjackets at the 5-minute mark exactly.
Troy is only 3 from 15 from the floor.
Nice pass, gets it all the way back out. To good ball movement by the Trojans, and there's going to be a blocking foul. This one's going to go against Rogers, Devin Rogers. 6'1", sophomore, forward.
He sits down, and in comes Alec Gordon.
So Alec Gordon comes back in the ball game. We've got Alec and Andre both in the game here for the Sidney Yellowjackets. Romello Akub is back in for the Trojans. Persinger going left side, looking to go in. Gets it up over top of the Yellowjacket, but couldn't get it to go. It looks like it might have been hit as he was going up. But here comes the Jackets. Andre Gordon on the dribble on the left side, driving right, looking to go inside. He loses the handle and tips it right back to his brother. His brother stops just inside the three-point line, no good. McClurg for Troy with the rebound. And when Coob started to go try to fast break it, decide better of it and sets it up. Kennel, right side, working hard inside is Funderburg. Skip pass on the left side to McClurg, got it for three. There's a timeout on the floor, and we're going to take one too. We'll be back with more Trojan basketball action right after these messages here on TCR Sports.
Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy. 339-2687 or TroyFord.com. At Jim Taylor Troy Ford, you'll not only find low prices on great vehicles, but an award-winning service department as well. Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy.
Welcome back to Sidney High School. The Sidney Yellowjackets are leading our Troy Trojans 18-10 with 4:13 left to go in the second quarter. Sidney has the basketball, and Cameron Gallimore is bringing it up the left side. Just bringing it up nice and slow. Kicks all the way across the right side to Alec Gilmore. Gilmore working the drive, going right to the basket. No good. Back to Cup on the left side. Gets it up to McNeil. McNeil on the dribble, just backs it up, sets it up. Andre Gordon with the basketball, driving right, nice move. Misses it, but his brother gets it, Rogers with the rebound. Kicks it all the way back out, and Sidney resets their offense. Alec Gordon, or Andre Gordon on the dribble.
Coob is on him.
Coob is guarding him, trying to slow him down. Going to Gallimore. Gallimore still with the dribble. Gets it over to Alec Gordon. Alec gets it to McNeil. McNeil looking to drive. Goes right over top of Kennel. Gets it to go. 3:15 left to go in the second quarter. It's a 20-10 lead for the Yellowjackets. Buccio with the basketball way downtown. He looked kind of eyed up, thought we might shoot it. Kennel right side gets it into McClurg. McClurg goes over the top. No good. Good hands by Buccio, but it's going to go out of bounds and going to go to the Sidney Yellowjackets.
You're going to have to start making shots.
They just have been ice cold here this evening.
4 of 17.
So Troy, 4 of 17, I just heard Doug say, and that's not going to win you too many ball games unless you start knocking some of these down. They've had good looks. But Sidney with the ball, Galloway with the long shot, no good. Rogers, no, that was Gilmore. Wasn't able to get it to go. McCoob on the dribble. Gets it over to McClurg. In the corner is Kennel. Tries to get it into the big man with a bounce pass. No good. And Sidney comes up with the rebound. 2-on-1. Gets it back to Andre Gordon. He was going to throw a lob to his brother, but he didn't follow up, and he still got the ball to go. So it's a 22-10 lead now. Coop on the dribble for a three-pointer downtown. No good. Rebound, Galloway. Coming across there. Good job. Almost not. Wow. He was way up. He had it going down. But he gets the rebound back, goes right to it. Rebound, Funderburg. Coop with the basketball. Gets it across the timeline. He's still on the dribble. He gets called, and he's going to get called for a player control. And the ball's going to go back to the Yellowjackets. Right now.
Did you see how high?
Yes.
Flash Gordon got?
He was way upstairs.
I think he surprised himself.
No, I think he did, and the pass was right there. And there's a 30-second timeout on the floor, and we're going to take one too. And we'll be right back here on TCR Sports.
Hi, I'm Tracy Bodey. If you're looking to experience quality service at a fair price, come see us at Bodey's Automotive. We're located right down the block from Walgreens at 407 Peters Avenue, or you can reach us at 937-703-1614, or like us on Facebook at Bodey's Automotive.
Welcome back to Sidney High School. Sidney Yellowjackets are leading our Troy Trojans 22-10, and Cameron Gallimore has the basketball, gets it over to Andre Gordon. Gordon still on the dribble, still looking on the left side, gets to Gallimore for a long three, got it. That is why he's the leading scorer for the Yellowjackets. That kid's got a nice shot. It's now a 25-10 lead with 1 minute and 23 seconds left to go in the quarter. And Coop turned it over to McNeil. The Yellowjackets are over to Gallimore. Gallimore looking to drive, no good. Gets it to Alec Gordon for long three, no good. Rebound to Coop. 1 minute on the clock. Gets it over to Romelo Kubitz, top of the keys, being guarded by McNeil. They had a nice backdoor cut by McClure, but Thunderbird wasn't able to get it to him. Long three-pointer, no good off the side of the rim.
Taylor missed that one.
Taylor is now in the ball game. He wasn't able to get that to go, so 46 seconds left, and they're going to play for probably one shot is what I'm hearing from the coach of the Yellowjackets. McNeil gets it back to Gordon. Gordon on the dribble, about 34 seconds left, gets it inside to Taylor. Taylor decides to shoot it anyways. He had a decent shot, rebound Troy. Coop with the basketball with 25 seconds left here in the quarter. Coop going to look driving left, going right at Taylor, couldn't get it to go. Rebound Taylor. Taylor kicks the ball around, gets it back out to Pershingers. 15 seconds on the clock. Gets it into Taylor. Taylor loses the handle, and he's going to get fouled by Gallimore. And that's going to be only the third foul here in this half for the Yellowjackets. 11.9 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Taylor going to kick the ball inbounds. Gets it to Funderburg at the three-point line. Gets it over to Coop. 9 seconds on the clock. Look inside to Taylor. Taylor loses the handle. 5 seconds. Here comes the Yellowjackets. Alec Gordon to right to the basket and scores. And that's going to do it. At the end of the first half, it's a Sidney Yellowjackets 27, our Troy Trojans 10. We'll be back with a halftime report after these messages here on TCR Sports.
Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy. 339-2687 or TroyFord.com. At Jim Taylor Troy Ford, you'll not only find low prices on great vehicles, but an award-winning service department as well. Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy.
Welcome back to Sidney High School, and Sidney Yellowjackets are taking on our own Troy Trojans, and we're just into the halftime here, Doug, and you know this has been a one of those games for the Troy Trojans. They just haven't been able to find the mark here this evening.
Their shooting is dismal. We won't get into that. Scoring-wise, for the Yellowjackets, Cameron Gallimore is leading scorer with 8 points. He is 2 of 3 from long distance. 6 points for McNeil, including that. 8 points for McNeil. I can't count.
There you go.
8 points for McNeil. And that should, that works out. 4 points for each of the Gordon brothers. So while it would appear that Andre Gordon has been held in check,
right,
what doesn't show up are all the moves he makes, and suddenly there are 2 defenders on him, and he is finding that open man.
Yes.
We did see it from Troy once. McClurg had a wide open 3, and he drained it.
Right.
So he's got 3 points. Romelo Yakub has 5, and Funderburg has 2, and that's it. Nothing's falling.
No, it's
bad shots, and when they do have a good shot, the rims aren't giving them any help.
Yeah, they've definitely had some opportunities, but those opportunities have also been slim pickings. But when they do get a good look, they haven't been able to knock it down. The other thing that we really need to talk about is the turnovers here tonight. Troy has. They have to have at least 10 turnovers in this first half.
Well, the turnover ratio has been 2-to-1 assisted turnovers, not this game. But what we're seeing is dominance on the board, both the offensive board and the defensive board by the Yellowjackets.
Right.
They may not be tall, but they're big.
Right.
And they use those bodies. Particularly Rogers. He's ignited at least half a dozen transitions. He gets it out to Andre Gordon, and Andre Gordon suddenly will find the open man on the fast break. And then there was one time where his brother saw him free,
right,
and beautiful pass, beautiful alley-oop pass, hit both sides of the rim and then bounced out.
It wasn't able to get it to go.
I think his elbows were above the rim.
It was a very it was an impressive lob, good timing. He just wasn't able to gather up and put it down. But one thing that I've noticed in this ball game as we've been watching this here and calling it is that they put Andre Gordon brings the ball up the floor. He looks to drive to the center of the floor, right around the foul line. And when that happens, the Trojans collapse on him. And like you said, Doug, he's able to dish that ball off and find the open man.
And if you don't collapse on him, he is going to continue that play because he can eel his way. He has such amazing body control and ball control. Opening play of the game, he missed a reverse layup where he just blew past the baseline.
Right.
Just blew right through the baseline. Nobody had their arms up.
And, and again, he is, we're talking about a freshman. And, he's a special kind of kid right now. And like I said, he's definitely given Troy he may not have a lot of points, but his ball handling, and his play with the basketball, just set up those easy shots has been big, and that's why they've got a 27 to 10 lead over our Trojans.
Well, I was hoping for a closer ball game. Now, if Troy comes out, if they get hot from the three-pointers, they've made just 2 of 9. 2 of 9.
Yes.
And, McClurg has to, he's 1 of 5, 1 of 3. Thought he had another one in there. 1 of 3. He's got to knock those shots down. They come at you. They come at you with those arms, and it's suddenly a whole lot different than shooting in the gym.
Well, and we also need to mention that Romello Yakuba hasn't been able to get things going here this evening, but he's got a Daryl McNeil guarding him, a 6-foot senior going up against Romello that's only 5'7". And I tell you what, McNeil has basically he's pushed Romello out away from the lane where he starts his penetration, where he starts to dish off too. So McNeil is basically picking him up right at the timeline and saying, okay, you got to beat me.
And on the other end of the court, Romello is, when they go into a man, when they switch from the zone to the man,
right.
He's got number 20,
right,
Andre Gordon, and he plays him well.
Absolutely.
But, Gordon uses misdirection as well as I've seen any young point guard, in the sense that you think his shoulders are going one way, his hips are going the other way, and his feet are going and the ball are going, and you're standing there and he's by you. But when Yakub is on him, that doesn't work as well.
Right.
The wily old senior.
Right.
If at 18 years old you can call him the old senior.
Right.
We've seen some good basketball. We've seen some choppy basketball. It's a high school game, but Yellowjackets have been very, very impressive.
Yes, they played a very good ball game so far tonight, but we're going to get ready and start off the second half here shortly. So we're going to take another break, and we'll be back with more high school basketball action here on TCR Sports.
Hi, I'm Tracy Bodey. If you're looking to experience quality service at a fair price, come see us at Bodey's Automotive. We're located right down the block from Walgreens at 407 Peters Avenue, or you can reach us at 937-703-1614, or like us on Facebook at Bodey's Automotive.
Welcome back to Sidney High School, and Troy Trojans are taking on the Sidney Yellowjackets, getting ready to tip off the second half of this ball game. And unfortunately, Troy trails, if you're just tuning in, 27 to 10 behind those Yellowjackets. And around the county here tonight, Bethel is at Miami East, Bradford's at Franklin Monroe. Covington is idle, but they're going to play Houston tomorrow night. Newton's at Tri Valley South. West Milton's at Waynesville, Tip City's at Kenton Ridge, and Piqua at Butler, and the Troy Christian Eagles is at Manual Christian. So that's what's going on around the league, and Sidney has the basketball to start the second half. They're just kind of taking the air out of the basketball, and Andre Gordon has the ball, gets it tipped away by Micah Litton, and here comes the Trojans. Long pass, no good. It goes off of one of the Yellowjackets. Couldn't tell who exactly hit it, but it's going to be Troy's ball out of bounds underneath their own basket.
Smart heads-up play by Kennel. The pass was a little long. He knew he couldn't bring it down and stay in bounds. He threw it off number 22, Rogers, to get the ball back.
Rakub gets it all the way across to Kennel. Rakub at the top, the three-pointer, no good. Rebound Litton gets it right back, and Troy resets the offense. Rakub on the dribble, sets it up, calls out the play, gets it over to Kennel. Litton working inside, lob pass into Litton, no good, had nowhere to go with it, still got the basketball back, gets it to McClurg, back to Litton, down on the right side, into McClurg. He's going against Andre, and he's going to get called with a charge. Kind of threw a hip into him.
Little guy against big guy. You got to use what you got.
It was a good move, but the official was standing right there looking straight at it. Anyways, back to Sidney's basketball, all the way across to Gallimore. Gallimore gets it up to Gordon. Cross to Andre Gordon, over to Alec Gordon for a long three, no good. Rebound, that's going to be a foul. That's going to go against number 22, Rogers, for the Yellowjackets.
That would be his second foul. Yeah, he uses his body quite a bit. That time he used it a little bit too much.
Trojan had very good position on the box out, and he tried to force him out. Persinger on the dribble. McClurg for three from the left side. No good. That's going to go over the top of the backboard and out of bounds to the Sidney Yellowjackets.
Well, they've hoisted up 2 3-pointers. Both of them look decent, but not good enough.
Kennel is coming out. Trey Busio is in now for the Trojans.
Looks like we got a little half-court trap here going on.
That's what they're trying to do. He gets all the way up to Alec Gordon, and Gordon just went right by. They didn't pay attention to him off in the right corner of the floor, and they got it over top of that zone, full court zone, and was able to get an easy layup. And Troy has the basketball. Coop backs it off. McNeil, like I said, just pushing him out as far as he can. Buscio into Litton. Litton with a spin move against Rogers. Gets it to Persinger. Persinger up and in. And Trojans get their first points of the second half. It's a 29-12 lead with 6:03 left to go in the third quarter.
That's what the coach wanted, to the inside.
Gets it, Gallimore back to Rogers. Nice pass, nice give and go on the inside, but Troy's got the ball. Buscio looked to take a three, goes right by Gordon.
Yep.
And he gets called, was he on the out of bounds, or did he get called for traveling?
Traveling.
Official was kind of behind the backboard, couldn't see him. So it'll be Yellowjackets basketball, 5:45 to go here in the third quarter. Gallimore gets it back to Alec Gordon, or Andre Gordon.
Taborn is in.
Andre Gordon with the dribble, kicks it all the way across to Galloway. Galloway Tabor's in on the left side. He's going right to the basket around Litton. Gets it across, rebound McClurg. Buscio with the basket. I'm sorry, Akub with the basketball. Buscio.
Oh, nice floater by you,
running right, looking good shot by the young man. But here comes the Jackets right back at him. Galloway, long, 15-footer right over top of Buscio, gets it to go. It's now a 33-14 lead for the Yellowjackets. Coop with the basketball on the dribble on the right side, being guarded by McNeil. Clerk on the left wing, look to get it inside. Bad pass, and Tabor with the big man's bringing it right up the floor. Gets it back to Andre Gordon. Gordon all the way across to his brother Alec, right in the middle of the lane, couldn't get it to go.
Wide open.
That 8-footer is a tough one to put down. Akub for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Andre Gordon. Gordon bringing it up the right side, looking to dribble, going left, around the corner, cups it and brings it back to the right side and puts it in. Just a nice move by that young man. Akub looking to dribble, gets it to Buscio to Litton. Litton's going to take a 15, 20-footer. No good. Rebound, Troy. McClurg's got it. Gets it to Persinger. Persinger going left side. No good. Gets it stopped. All the way out to the top. Buscio for three from the right side. Got it. 35-17 lead for the Jackets. Andre Gordon gets it across, all the way across to Galloway for a way downtown three. No good off the rim. Rebound Buscio for the Trojans. Coop has the basketball. He's dribbling up. He takes a long three at the top. Got it to go. And there's going to be a 30-second timeout on the floor. We're going to take one, too. We'll be back with more high school basketball action here on TCR Sports.
Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy. 339-2687 or TroyFord.com. At Jim Taylor Troy Ford, you'll not only find low prices on great vehicles, but an award-winning service department as well. Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy.
Welcome back to Sidney High School, where Sidney Yellowjackets has now taken a 17-point lead, leading our Trojans 37-20.
Coast to coast by Andre Gordon.
What a nice move that kid just made. Gordon with the basketball, going right to the basket again, kicks it all the way out to Rogers. Rogers gets caught for dancing over there on the left side of out at the three-point line.
Was that the shimmy or the Texas two-step?
It was a little double shuffle, egg McMuffin something or another. I don't know. Coop now with the basketball for the Trojans. 3:04 left to go in the third quarter. Kicks it around, gets it into Litton. Litton's going to take a 15-footer on his own. Air ball, no good, but he gets his own rebound. He goes right to the basket. He's going to get fouled. I think number 5, it is number 5, Tabor.
His first.
That's his first. Only the second team foul for the Yellowjackets. Throwing the ball in is Moody is now in a ball game for the Trojans. Gets it to Coop. Coop takes a 15-footer, no good. Rogers with the rebound. Big man bringing it himself. He gets it knocked away by Moody. Moody kicks it all the way up to Persinger. Persinger got one to beat with Tabor. Tabor was able to get his hands on it and kicks it. And they get called for a travel on the far side. So it's going to go back to Troy.
Mr. Rogers, line dancing.
Was out there trying to get something done on the far right side.
Tabor just closed down that transition. Funderburg is in for Litton, and Buscio is in
for Moody. Yeah.
Okay.
So they change it.
Moody gave him a good 2 minutes.
Buscio's throwing the ball inbounds for the Trojans. And they get called for a 5-second violation.
Somebody got confused in the backcourt, and they ran into each other, Litton and Yakub, and Buscio had this double clutch.
Had to hang on to it and got called for 5 seconds. They turn it back over to the Yellowjackets. Yakub is guarding Andre Gordon. And Andre Gordon goes to the left baseline, kicks all the way to Gallimore for three. Long three, gets it to go. That's just a nice shot by that young man.
That's big-time basketball.
That's right. Yakub gets it to McClurg, looking to get it inside. Working real hard is Persinger. He's working against Andre Gordon. Funderburg, Andre Gordon, look out, folks. This is going to be showtime. And it was.
Reverse dunk.
Reverse dunk by Andre Gordon. He stole that at the top of the key, and there was no one to beat. Yakub with the basketball. Looking to go baseline right side. Nothing doing. Kicks it back out to Buscio on the left. Buscio goes to the left side, and he gets it blocked by Gordon. And Gordon gets called for hitting him on the elbow, so it's going to send Buscio to the line shooting 2.
Andre Gordon owns the court now. He's regularly beating Buccio just with sheer speed.
Yes.
And Buccio's tongue, or not Buccio, but Yakub, he's beating Yakub with sheer speed, and Yakub is beat.
Yeah.
He's tired.
So Buccio at the line shooting 2, and the first one away is no good. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors that make it all happen here on TCR Sports. Willoughby's Hollow, Bodey's Automotive, Union Savings Bank, Hybrid Strength and Fitness, Irwin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Troy CarStar, Trojan Auto Care, and Lance Martin, Better Homes and Garden Realty. Thank you much, Underwriters. Second one's away, and it's no good, and rebound Yellowjackets. And the game is Bowser for the Jackets. Galloway on the dribble, gets it to Bowser. Galloway just kicks it back out. 1:28 to go in the third quarter. Gets it to Bowser. Bowser to number 2, Damian Duff is in the ball game, and he gets fouled
by Yakub.
And Duff is going to go to the line, shooting 2. A little bit of perspiration on the floor. Official takes care of it. Gets it to Duff for his first attempt. Ball's away. Rams off the right side of the rim, off the glass, no good. Buccio is out. Kennel is in now for the Trojans.
Litton came in for Funderburg. No, for Persinger.
For Persinger. Oh, Duff at the line shooting his second one. Releases the basketball. It's going to go hard off the big rebound by Litton. Gets it to Yakub. Yakub on the dribble. Yakub for 3. Long 3, no good. Rebound Tabor. Tabor's going to bring it himself. Big man dribbling the ball up the floor. He's looking to go to the basket. He goes up, no good. Rebound Trojans. Kennel. He's got a 2-on-1 by himself. He gets blocked. Back to Yakub. Yakub still on the dribble on the right side. Going to go right baseline. He stops for a 15-footer, no good. And the rebound, there was 2 of them trying to battle for it, Tabor and Funderburg, and it looks like it's going to go out of bounds off of Sidney.
Off Tabor.
Off Tabor. It's going to remain Trojan basketball.
Tabor takes a seat, and Alec Gordon is in.
So Alec Gordon's, like Doug said, Alec Gordon back in the ball game for the Jackets. 50.6 seconds to go. Blocked by Andre Gordon. He's going to the ball, and another massive dunk by Andre Gordon. That one was from way downtown. You could not wind up any more than what that young man just did.
That one came from his right hip over his head, and special delivery right in.
Michael Litton comes
nice
right back.
Move.
Nice move by the big man to kind of quiet the crowd a little bit. 17 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And they've decided just to play for one shot. They're down to 9 seconds on the clock. 44-22 lead for Sidney Yellowjackets. Gets it to Galloway. Galloway at the buzzer. No good. Rebound. And he kicks out. And that's the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3, it's the Troy Trojans 22. The Sidney Yellowjackets 44. We'll be back after these messages here on TCR Sports.
Hi, I'm Tracy Bodey. If you're looking to experience quality service at a fair price, come see us at Bodey's Automotive. We're located right down the block from Walgreens at 407 Peters Avenue, or you can reach us at 937-703-1614, or like us on Facebook at Bodey's Automotive.
Welcome back to Sidney High School. The Sidney Yellowjackets are taking on our own Troy Trojans, and at the end of 3 periods, it's a 44-22 lead, a 22-point lead for the Sidney Yellowjackets. And Doug, the Trojans are just completely out of sync here this evening. And
well, come on. Number 20, Andre Gordon. Here's the bad news. We're going to have to see him for 3 more years.
Absolutely.
The kid is just everything his clipping said he was. He's a rounded, well-rounded ball player.
Troy with the basketball. McClurg for a 15-footer, no good. Good hustle by Kennel. Tries to get it into number 4, Stafford. And another almost dunk by McNeil. Wasn't able to get it to go, but here comes Troy back on the run. McClurg takes it all the way from the right to the left side on the baseline. Double clutch is no good. Got it. I think it was tipped by Galloway. And here comes the Sidney Yellowjackets. Galloway with the basketball way outside the three-point line. Kicks it over to McNeil. Back to Galloway. Galloway on the dribble, looking to go left, stops at the foul line, rolls it around off the rim, no good. Rebound, Litton. Kennel with the basketball for the Trojans, running up the right side to McClure. Far right corner, back to Kennel all the way across to Stafford. Stafford to Kennel down on the left side, looking to go, comes to the right, shoots the ball, no good. A rebound, Bowser. Bowser gets it up to Gordon. Alec Gordon, he misses a layup, and Stafford comes out with it, gets him McClure. Back to Stafford. Stafford for a long three, no good. Rebound, Thunderbird, and he gets fouled by number 21, Alec Gordon. Coming out of the ball game is Thunderbird, and coming back in is Austin Persinger. We've got a 30-second timeout on the floor, and we'll take one too. We'll be back with more Trojan basketball action here on TCR Sports.
Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy. 339-2687 or TroyFord.com. At Jim Taylor Troy Ford, you'll not only find low prices on great vehicles, but an award-winning service department as well. Jim Taylor's Troy Ford, 3230 South County Road, 25A, right here in Troy.
And welcome back to Sidney High School. Troy Trojans has the basketball underneath their own basket on the left side. Putting it in is Moody, gets it to Litton for a 15-footer, and he gets it to go. Cuts this lead now down to 20 with 6:31 left to go in the ball game. We're in the fourth quarter. It's pretty much been all Sidney Yellowjackets here this evening. McNeil with the basketball way outside on the right side, being guarded by Stafford. Stafford's trying to shut down McNeil. McNeil just goes to the basket, and Litton says, get that out of here, young man. And he blocked that and sent that towards the wall.
Off the wall for 3 points.
Yeah,
we wish.
I don't think McNeil saw Litton coming, honestly.
When you're 6'8", you can hide.
Yeah. So Sidney has it underneath their own basket on the right side, gets it into Galloway. Galloway looking to go baseline. He wasn't able to get it there. Gets it to McNeil on the right wing. Moody guarding him. Galloway for a long three.
Come on.
What a quick release that was. Gets it to go. Kennel with the basketball for the Trojans. Moody going left side. He just keeps going and go up and across. Litton with the basket. And looks like he's going to get fouled, and the basket goes. Number 22 is called on the foul. That's Devin Rogers for the Yellowjackets. He's 6'1" sophomore forward. So that's going to put Litton at the line, shooting one for the long, hard three. It's away. Got it. Nice touch by the big man.
Well, the one nice thing, Andre Gordon is sitting on the bench this quarter.
Yeah, I think Mr. Gordon is probably done for the evening. So they get the ball inbounds to Galloway. Galloway being guarded by Moody.
Full court pressure.
Moody's trying to guard him.
Yep.
He gets called for carrying the basketball.
Back in the old days, we called that palming.
Palming the ball, yes.
They still use that terminology?
I don't know. I've never heard that anymore. My dad called it palming the basketball.
Well,
Kennel with the ball, gets it into Litton. Litton should have went right up with it when he got it, but he hesitated and wasn't able to get it to go. And there's going to be a backcourt foul going to go against number 14, Keenan Kennel.
His second.
That's his second foul of the game. That's only Troy's third team foul of the second half. So Yellowjackets with the basketball. Cameron Gallimore has it. He's being guarded by Moody. Gets it all the way across to number 32. Reeks Roberts is in, a freshman, another freshman for the Sidney Yellowjackets. He played in the JV game, so he had a quarter left, so he's in playing for the Yellowjackets. Stafford with the ball, gets it into Litton on the low post on the left side. He's working against Rogers, still working against Rogers, gets it over top of him. He just crashes the boards, and it goes off of Litton out of bounds. It's going to go to Sidney. It'll be Sidney's basketball with 5:15 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Yellow Jackets has a 20-point lead. Gets it inside. Blocked by Litton. Up and over top of Persinger. Persinger fouls. That's Roberts. And he's going to go to line. A freshman, 6'2 freshman, is going to go to line shooting 2. I'd like to thank some of our underwriters that make it happen here on TCR Sports. Orting's Party Time. Dave Services, Troy Meat Shop, Mosley Stove Shop and Chimney Sweep, Tim Purdy Remax Professionals, and HTM Credit Union. Thank you very much. The first one by Roberts was good. So he gets his second attempt here on a 2-shot foul. Couple dribbles, spins the basketball, releases it, and gets it to go. It's now a 49-27 lead for the Yellow Jackets. Kendall with the basketball, dribbling left. Gets it to Litton. Litton gets it over to Persinger on the left side. Persinger loses the handle, tipped away by Roberts, and gets it. The Yellow Jackets has it. Galloway to Roberts in the corner, back to Galloway. Galloway decides to drive the left side, no good. Rebound by Moody. Moody gets it up to Kendall. Kendall on the right dribble. Nowhere to go. A lot of white jerseys. Stafford loses a handle, was able to pick it back up. Still has his dribble, being guarded by McNeil. Kicks it over to Moody. Back to Persinger at the top of the three-point arc. Into Linton on the left elbow. A little right hook. Nice touch by the big man on the right hook. Was able to get it to go. 4:19 left in the ball game. 20-point lead by the Yellow Jackets. Galloway on the dribble. Dribbled it off of Persinger's foot, went right back to Galloway, and then went out of bounds off of Galloway. I don't think he was expecting that basketball, was he?
No. Litton in the second half now has 9 points. 8 of them in this last quarter.
Wow. Now the big man's got a good touch inside if they get it to him. McClure stops at the foul line, gets it to go. 3:58 left in the ball game. It's an 18-point lead now for Sidney. Sidney's got a lot of new players, and number 23, Hutchinson's, is in for the Yellow Jackets. Number 22, Roberts, has the basketball. Bowser on the dribble, right side, over the top of McClure, gets it to go. Troy now has the basketball. Kennel coming up the center of the court. Gets it over to Yakub. Yakub on the dribble. 2 Yellow Jackets collapsed around him. All the right corner to Kennel into Litton. Litton with a little spin jump shot, no good. Rebound Jackets. Bowser on the dribble. Gets it over to Hutchinson. Goes right around and then up and in. Nice move by that kid. It's now 53-31 lead. Coop driving. Going up on the right side. No good. He's going to get fouled. And it looks like he's going to go to the line shooting 2. 2 shots, yes. And Rogers, that's the foul's on Rogers. That's his 3rd foul. He's going to send Romello Akub to the line shooting 2. And the first one's away. He rolls it around. Nice touch. He gets it to go. A few more of our underwriters that make it happen here on TCR Sports. Caliber Home Loans, Stanley Steamer, International College of Broadcasting, Heath Murray State Farm Insurance, Sound City Music, and Excellence in Dentistry.
Funderburg is in for Litton.
So the big man, Funderburg's back in. Romello misses the second one. Good hands by Persinger to keep the ball alive for the Trojans. The Trojans gets the ball back. McClure for 3, way downtown, no good over top. Persinger was on the weak side rebound. Nice hustle by Persinger. Persinger puts one up and no good, and rebound the Yellow Jackets. Damon Duff on the dribble. McClure tips it out of bounds. It's going to remain Sidney Yellow Jackets ball with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left to go here in the ball game. 21-point lead for the Sidney Yellow Jackets.
Anders and Stafford come in, and Persinger and Yakub are out.
So it looks like both benches are kind of giving their other varsity players a chance. Number 23, Higgins took a shot. Higgins with the basketball, gets it over to there. A three-pointer was no good. Higgins back, or Rex with the basketball, and it's going to go off. It looks like Stafford gets called for a pushing foul.
His first.
Derek Brady's now in the ball game. Number 13, Jacob Cooper's in the ball game for the Jackets. Number 32, Rex Roberts. And number 23, Johanna Hidgens. Yellow Jackets with the basketball. Cooper, Hidgens, all the way across to Roberts. Back to number 12, Fitzgerald. No good. Rebound 13, Jacob Cooper. He gets fouled by Stafford for the Trojans. 1:49 left to go in the ball game. It's a 53-32 lead for the Jackets. Jacob Cooper at the line, shooting two. His first one's away, no good. Right off the back of the rim, so he'll get another opportunity. 21-point lead for the Sidney Yellowjackets. Cooper back at the line, getting ready to shoot his second one. Takes a few dribbles, he releases it, no good, hard off the back. He follows his own shot, but it comes off to Stafford. Stafford on the dribble for the Trojans. He's just trying to find somewhere to go. Moody gets it over to Taylor. Back to Stafford for three. Downtown, no good. Stafford follows his shot, and he's going to be a foul. Number 13, Jacob Cooper gets his foul. That's his first foul. That's a team 7, so that's going to send Stafford to the line, shooting a 1 and bonus. 1:31 left here in the ball game. 21-point lead for the Yellowjackets. The first one away by Stafford is good, so he'll get another opportunity. I'd like to thank a few more of our sponsors. Willoughby's Hollow, Bodey's Automotive, Union Savings Bank, Hybrid, Strength and Fitness, Irwin, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. And the second one, Stafford also got to go. Cut this thing to a 19-point lead. And the Yellowjackets have the basketball. They're getting it, bringing it up the right side. And he loses the handle. Cooper loses the handle. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Troy's basketball with a minute and a quarter.
Buccio is in.
And Buccio's back in. So, 1:25 left to go here in the ball game. Stafford on the dribble. Buccio way outside left, gets it into Funderburg. Funderburg kicks it out to Moody. Moody went to Buccio. Buccio threw it right to the hands of a Sidney Yellowjacket. So Sidney has the basketball here with 1:05 left to go in the ball game. Hudgens loses the handle, and he's going to be fouled
Buccio
by Trey Buccio, and that
should be his first, I believe.
That is his first. So coming into the, someone was coming into the ball game for, they said they're going to bring him in. Number 11 now appears, Raymond Daniel, and number 32, Roberts goes out for the Jackets. So Raymond Daniels in the ball game for the Yellowjackets. The first one away on the 1 and bonus, no good. Rebound Moody. Stafford for the Trojans with the basketball coming up the right side. He's going to shoot a long three. Got it. 50 seconds left to go here in the ball game. It's a 53-37 lead now. Ball gets away. And the ball, the official's pointing, it's going to go out of bounds, and it went off somebody. The Yellowjackets threw it out of bounds. So it's Troy's basketball. Gets it to Stafford. Stafford to Moody on the right, far right corner. Stafford for another three, no good. Rebound Jackets. 38 seconds. Buccio tips it away. He just makes a shot.
Oh, nicely done.
Nicely done between two Yellowjackets. He just took it and went right to the basket with it. Sidney with the basketball with 25 seconds left to go in the ball game. 53-39. It's been all Sidney tonight. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to remain Sidney Yellowjackets basketball. Kick it out of bounds on the left side of their own basket on the baseline. And Taylor
knocked it out.
Knocked it out of bounds with 19.9 seconds to go. So at this point, it's pretty much waiting to get this last 20 seconds shy of done.
Don't tell these kids that. They want to play.
Long, and Taylor just fouled number 12, Austin Fitzgerald. And so he's going to go to the line, shooting a 1-and bonus. Fitzgerald at the line, shooting a 1 bonus, a left-hander. Banks it off of the rim, off the backboard and in. So he gets another opportunity. So he's at the line, takes another dribble. Again, a lefty, shoots it again, no good. Now, did they say he was shooting a 3?
He was shooting a 3.
Really?
Yep. He was out there.
Okay, I didn't think he was shooting the ball. So he gets his 3rd attempt. He makes 2 or 3 on the foul call at a 3-pointer. So Trojan Funderburg takes a 3, a little bit short. Rebound, 5 seconds left to go. Yellowjackets with it, going right to the basket. And then Stafford fouls number 11, Raymond Daniels. So he's going to go to the line, shooting 2 with 2.4 seconds left on the clock. At this point, these young men just are trying to get their names in the paper.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong at all with that. First one away by Daniel is no good, so he'll get a second attempt here with 2.4 seconds left to go in the ball game. It's a 55-39 lead for the Yellowjackets. Daniel, the next one away, gets it off the back of the rim and good. Trojan, 1 second left to go at the buzzer, and that is it. That's the end of the ball game. It's been Sidney High School here tonight. They win this game going away easily over our Troy Trojans, 56-39. And we'll be right back after these messages with the post-game report here on TCR Sports.
Hi, I'm Tracy Bodey. If you're looking to experience quality service at a fair price, come see us at Bodey's Automotive. We're located right down the block from Walgreens at 407 Peters Avenue, or you can reach us at 937-703-1614, or like us on Facebook at Bodey's Automotive.
Welcome back to Sidney High School, and where the Sidney Yellowjackets took on our Troy Trojans, and unfortunately it didn't come out very well for the Trojans. They lost tonight 56-39 to a very, very good Sidney Yellowjacket ball club. And you know, what can you say other than I mean, it got into a horse race. We talked about it in the pregame show. If they got into a horse race, that you know, Sidney was going to come out, more than likely would come out very well, and that happened here this evening. And you know, nothing you can say about this Sidney ball club, but Andre Gordon, the freshman, absolutely put on a show here for the Sidney Yellowjackets. And Doug, you know,
that third quarter
was a killer.
He ran off 8 points. In the fourth quarter, he sat down. He managed to wasn't the leading scorer. Gallimore, the long distance gunner.
Yes.
Well, he was pretty darn good. He ended up with 13. Andre Gordon had 12, and young Mr. McNeil, who started off very hot with 6 consecutive points early on, finished with 11. On the other side of the ledger, Romello Yakub, as always, led the scoring with 11 points, 5 in the first, 6 in the half. Kind of interesting. Mr. Linton, second high scorer, 9 points, 7 of them all in the second half, 7 of them in the final period.
Yeah, he kind of went to, they were able to get the ball into him there towards the end, but you know, again, at that point, the
horses were out of the barn.
The horses were out of the barn, and
they were galloping away.
And the Sidney coach had pulled most of their starters at that point, and you know.
But the kid did show some good moves.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's tough when you're down by what, 17 points at the half?
Yes.
You've got to make everything. And Troy just didn't have anything to make. And not much more to say. Andre Gordon took over in that third period. It was an amazing show of talent. I don't know how, you need 2 or 3 exceptional players on your defense to control that kind of slashing offense.
Yes.
But even if you have 2 or 3 exceptional defensive players, somebody's going to be open. And Gallimore showed he can put it away. Alec Gordon put it away several times. Taborn was tough on the boards. It just was all around. It was tough to watch.
Those one thing to say about Sidney, all those kids, they play well together. That is one thing I noticed. They're well coached, and they've got some horses. I mean, they're definitely athletes. And Andre Gordon had 2 dunks in the third quarter. One was from way downtown, and it was on his hip, and one he came in on a reverse dunk. He got free, he stole the ball at half court, and no one was going to catch up with him. It's something that I'm going to want to watch on Troy Community Television when we have the tape rebroadcast of this. Definitely something the folks would want to look at. But, looking at the Trojans, one thing, the first quarter, Doug, well, actually the whole first half, they just could not find the range at all. Now, granted, there was some very good defense being played on them, but they had some good looks, and they wasn't able to get the basketball to fall in the hoop for them.
You got outscored 14-7 in the first period, and then you got clubbed like a baby seal, 13-3 in the second period.
And it wasn't they didn't have some decent looks in that second period. Quarter. They just couldn't get them to go down.
It's really tough when you are just 1 for 5 on 3-pointers in the third quarter, because that's where you got to make the threes. When you're down, you got to make the threes, because you were not going to come by. You were not going to slash this defense. First of all, Troy doesn't really have a slasher.
Right.
They've got some potentially really good big men, and I'm looking forward to seeing, as the season progresses, how they improve. Funderburg, it can be, when he's in there, he's a force, and he's not afraid to take the shots.
No.
I think Coach once said, he's got 5 fouls. I want him to use them.
Yes.
But I don't want him to do anything stupid.
Right.
And, he's a senior now. He's grown into that body. Just a good worker. Buccio, several times during the game, made some great plays.
Yes.
But all in all, they were not there tonight. They
no,
were not there.
And we could talk about, Romello Yakub, he only had 11 tonight, but he would also at times was trying to guard Andre Gordon too. So, if you have to do just as much as defensive work as you do offensive work, normally your offensive game suffers.
Yeah.
Because you're digging, because you have to have the heart to play defense and to do it well.
And the Yellowjackets had the advantage of just being able to stick McNeil.
Right.
Stick Daryl McNeil on Yakub defensively.
Right.
Which freed up Gordon, not to rest, but he didn't have to make as many steps.
Right. Didn't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
So, well, that's a way that tonight kind of, wound up, and we knew it was going to be a tough ball game. Coach knew it was going to be a tough ball game. Unfortunately, they kind of got into a horse race with Sidney, and Sidney just walked away here with a 56-39 victory over our Troy Trojans. So we can't, that game's in the books, nothing we can do about it now, but we can look forward to next week's game, where the first part of the basketball rivalry, Troy facing Piqua at Piqua High School. So, yes, Doug Page and myself will be up at Piqua High School broadcasting the game. It's the first go-around because it is basketball. We'll play them twice, and we'll play them up there this next week. And then the last game of the season, regular season for TCR Troy Community Radio, basketball season, will be Troy Piqua back at Troy High School. So we're going to be heading north, a little bit north, not as far north as we did tonight, Doug, but we're going to be heading north up to Piqua High School next Friday night.
Well, I think it's time to say goodnight, and I would say goodnight to Plum Street.
Yes.
Yeah, good night to Mount Ida, Arkansas.
There you go.
And good night to all the ships at sea, Miami County.
And for David Denoyer that is videotaping this for us, thank you, David. And Kyle Matthews back at the studio engineering this. And for Doug Page, I'm Dave Fisher. Enjoy your weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week for the Troy Piqua game right here on TCR Sports.